Hey!
Hi, everybody. I'm Talon.
I'm Alita.
And we're a couple of geeks. And welcome to Fan Fridays, the place where
We get to connect with you and geek out about stuff. So we do this every Fridays, and you might be thinking, but wait, it's not Friday.
you're right, it's Thursday. It's not Friday. So it's like, what happened? Did a couple of geeks be weird and forget what day it was? Well, sometimes that happens. But other
Hi,
times...
Natalie!
Other times we do know what we're doing. And we're both super busy tomorrow. And
so normally Fan Fridays is still on Fridays for our fans, which would be you. However, today is on Thursday, which it's still called Fan Fridays, even though it's on Thursday and not on Friday.
Yes, exactly. Oop, I forgot to do something, but don't worry. All right. Michael, he said it's Friday somewhere. Actually, no, it's not. That's not how time works. Well, I mean, I guess it's.
Speaking of time.
Segue.
You know what today is?
What is today?
Today is our 7-year New Who anniversary.
Wait, what you're saying is that we got a New Who 7 years ago? No.
No.
It's a what is it?
We started watching new Doctor Who 7 years ago today.
Has it been 7 years?
Yeah. We started a little later than most people who started when it was actually aired.
Oh,
because you remember this. You were there. They don't remember this.
Are you sure I was there? Am I sure I was there?
I'm sure. But we immediately got hooked. Like it was.
Oh,
It was an immediate obsession between the two of us. And at the time, it was Blockbuster, and you got the DVDs in the mail, and so we watched the first 3, and within the first night, I think, and then we're just freaking out about trying to get the DVDs and the next for the next ones.
We talk about this in panels all the time. We tell people this story when we're talking about
So I'm wearing my Doctor Who t-shirt, my new Doctor Who t-shirt, and I've got my little adipose with me today. So he's my little buddy.
He's so cute.
For those of you who don't watch Doctor Who, an adipose is basically a little baby that was made out of fat. So out of a person's fat. He just kind of like plops out of your body and he becomes little creature thing.
Well, so. Michael, Australia is right now in tomorrow?
Oh, what?
I don't know, is it?
If we do have anyone join us from Australia just by odd circumstance, I don't know if we have any fans in Australia. Maybe you can tell if he's right, if it actually is Friday in Australia.
But
I was going to say Tuesday, that doesn't make any sense.
It would always be right now, but would it be? But it can't be right now, because it's in there, and there's not two times.
We do know that
this
today
is confusing.
Thursday.
It's Thursday today.
On our Fan Fridays.
Yes.
Which is usually on Fridays, but today it's on Thursday.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Eric.
It's Eric. Woot. Hello.
So what do we have for tonight, sweetie?
Oh yeah, that's why I put that phone over there.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to the list today, and I'm usually just holding on to like one of these things. And
I'll hold him if you want.
I got this dude, and then I put the phone away, thinking I didn't need the phone because I got him. So, Michael said they are across the international date line, so it's Friday there.
I was hoping you weren't gonna think about that, but it's okay. I'm just joking.
So in Australia, it's Friday, but not here in Florida. Not yet. We still got a couple more hours. What? 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more hours?
3 more hours.
Until it's Friday.
Yes.
No, we're not doing this feed for 3 hours. Just in case you're wondering.
Exactly. But it will be available all through Friday now.
Really long Fan Fridays. I don't know if I can talk for 3 hours. It's possible.
It is possible.
I don't know if we're going to.
I don't know. Is that where you're going to put that? Because it's in the camera.
Put what? Oh. Hey, look, it's my list, everybody.
It's the list of stuff that we have to talk about. But we don't ever script this. But we just sort of like...
These are topics that we want to talk about. Unless you guys bring up stuff that you want to talk about, too.
Of course. Other than that, it's all improv. It's all improv on the spot. Neither of us are trained actors. Obviously.
No.
So we have a bunch of topics that we'd love to chat with you guys about. Stayed up till after 12. I understand exactly what Eric is saying there. He's like, we've done it before.
Talking for 3 hours. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that can go by really easily. If you guys have any topics that are interesting you in the geekdom world and stuff like that that we don't bring up tonight, bring them up in the comments. We'd love to chat with you. This is about being able to be in touch with our fans. I'll hold him.
One of the first things that we wanted to talk about was something that we just recently watched, and that was the live-action Full Metal Alchemist movie that was premiered on Netflix this last week.
Yeah.
And funny enough is that a lot of my friends have bugged me about watching the anime, and I hadn't gotten around to watching it, and not knowing that there was going to be a live-action one. I'm just going to place him here on here. I'm working on two things at the same time. I didn't know that there was going to be a live-action movie. A couple weeks ago, I started watching Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and there we go. That was what I was trying to do.
Got a fat bird, guys.
Oh, and Corey's here today.
Hi, Corey!
So I started watching it, and I watched like the first 5 episodes, and there's like an episode with this little dog creature, and I won't say very much anymore if you haven't watched it, but it was so sad. I was like, oh, this episode just got me right in the feels of my heart.
Eric said, that's out? Like all caps, question mark.
Yes.
Yeah, we just saw it. It popped up last night.
I kind of know a little bit about it. I know my mom is a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist. She's gotten into anime within the last year or so, and that's one of her favorites. So I saw a little short advertisement for it like a few days ago, and then I finally saw it pop up on Netflix. So we watched it last night, and I think it was pretty good. I wouldn't say that it was like top quality, but I mean, it's the effects were really good.
Yeah.
And it was very close to like the anime that I did see. Like it was storyline wise, it was pretty close.
No, Eric, that's not cool. That is not. It's too soon. It's always too soon.
It was sad. They did have that in the episode because of course, it's a big part of the story.
That part's in the movie, of course.
I will say, I don't know. You were a little teary-eyed, but I definitely got teary-eyed. Even watching it on the movie, because in the anime, I was teary-eyed, but even in the movie, that whole storyline with the dog is sad.
Would you say that this is your mom said that she liked the anime better. I completely understand. Yeah, the anime has a lot more time to go into a lot of these things, and that was exactly the point I was about to make. Was that would you say that this film really heavily condenses a lot of the anime?
Well, yeah, it has to because it's only one movie,
2-hour film,
whereas an anime has like several episodes where it can kind of flesh out that story and tell more about this universe.
Brotherhood's gone on for 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't watched it. And this is would you say this is only just the first season movie?
This feels like the first season of the original anime and some bits of the final season of Brotherhood. Actually, it's kind of mixed together. The end of the original anime was like mind blow weirdness and stuff like that, and things got really, really strange, and you're like, why is this happening? And then you go and you watch Brotherhood and you realize that like none of that happened. It was all just the anime being different and weird.
Which I've only seen parts of the Brotherhood one.
Yeah, Brotherhood you should watch first, and then because that's the more accurate representation of what Full Metal Alchemist is. And then go back and watch the original. It's all the same voice cast too. Because they did that first, and then they all came back to do Brotherhood because they're like, what, we get to do this again? We get to come back and be these characters over? That's awesome. And it feels exactly the same.
There was one thing that bothered me a little bit about the movie.
Yeah.
That was different, that they chose for whatever artistic reasons. That was different than the anime. Was that in the anime, there's the 2 brothers, and they're young when they go through the tragic stuff in the beginning. Uh-huh. And then the brother gets trapped into his suit of armor. Ow. But then in the movie, when you see them as adults, they're both voiced as like they look, and the voice of the brother in the suit is an adult. But in the anime, they still had his brother speak like he was a small child. Yeah,
well, in the anime, if you remember from the was that Vic Magnan and Dred, I can't remember who voiced Al. If you know in the comments, if you know who voiced Al in the American voice cast, post it because I forget his name. They voiced both the older and younger versions. But that's because it's just easy to do that with the voice. With the voices, they just like try to sound a little younger to Vic Magnan. That's an ongoing joke. I'm sorry. I really can't say his name.
It's a difficult
They'll just like sound younger and for these scenes. But yeah, you're right. It was different because there was a notable difference between the voices of the younger versions when you see them try to alchemy their mother back to life.
Because I feel like it would have been more heart-wrenching to actually hear his brother still as a young child, because like he's stuck in this like in this form.
That's absolutely part of it.
He wouldn't have grown up.
Well, yeah, no, we absolutely do feel it. I feel like that's something that definitely comes through in the anime, and then this was a little bit different, but I think that they made some concessions for being understandable to wider audiences and stuff.
There was also some of the stuff that happens to the children when they're younger in the anime. They show it fully what happens, but in the movie they chose to do it as almost like a flashback with him and as adults. And I asked Talon about that, and Talon was like, "Well, it would be odd to see children going through these traumatic things, in a live action, so they probably chose to do that for the audience kind of comfortability."
Exactly. Like think about Evangelion. It's like there's a reason why Evangelion has not been made into a live action. It's because all these crazy things happen to kids that are younger than 14.
But I liked the movie. Like I said, I don't think it was like the best thing in the world, but it was definitely a really enjoyable watch to sit down and see this movie. Like
absolutely, I think this was good. I came into this Aaron Mitchell Dismuke. Okay, I would have never gotten that name. What else has he done?
You can look it up later.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll look him up later. Now that I know his name, look him up on IMDb and find out what else he has done, because I mean he did a good job as Al in the anime. And so many feels. Many feels. Speaking of feels, the movie does have all the feels, and for a condensed version, Eric, you were mentioning earlier, we mentioned the bit with Shao Tucker's daughter Nina and the dog Alexander. It is in the movie. If you've seen the anime, we're not going to go and spoil anything like that.
And it was just as gut-wrenching.
It was just as gut-wrenching, but I think more so in the anime, because in the anime, you have like 2 episodes at least. You have like a whole hour of getting to know Nina while all these other things are going on. And they dabbled only lightly into Tucker's sort of making Al feel like he has implanted memories and stuff like that. And there was like one little fight, and things sort of they sort of twisted stuff at the end to be a little bit different to sort of move the plot along. But overall, it was very faithful, right?
The acting was good.
Yeah, the acting was fine. It was very it was very hokey at times, but I think
that's what the anime was.
That was exactly like what the anime was. I was thrown off by the blonde hair and the not blonde hair.
Nah.
It didn't get you?
No.
Okay, so if you've seen the pictures of the this is a strange thing to be thrown off by, but if you've seen the pictures of the live action, the actors, Edward and Alphonse both have blonde hair. They're played by Asian actors. I don't know whether they're Japanese or not. I mean, they're Asian, and I hate to sound like I'm being like improper by just calling them Asian, but I honestly don't know. And whether they're from China or from Japan, it doesn't really matter, because we've seen really, really good animes that are made with an appropriate cast for that anime, like made into live action, from either continent. Either continent. Japan's not a continent. What am I talking about? Country. Excuse me. That was a really odd tangent. But anyways, you don't see many Japanese people with blonde hair. And so it was like this obviously dyed blonde hair kind of look, which was a little off-throwing to me.
It didn't bother me at all.
It didn't bother you? He looks fine. I may want to talk about something later, but you had something else to say.
I want to know if any of you have seen Black Panther and what you thought about it, because we have not been able to see it yet.
Yeah.
I know that we're hearing a lot of good things on the internet, like people are freaking out about it. I've seen a lot of posts on my feed that everyone loves it. I haven't seen any negativity on it, which, I mean, was kind of a given, which the hype that they kind of, push for this. I know one of my friends, Rebecca, she saw in one weekend, she saw the movie 4 times.
It was 4 times by the end?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And she was the one that I first was introduced to even what anything about Black Panther was. When the trailer came out, for a few years ago, I was in the theater with her, and then she didn't know that they were making the movie, and the trailer came on, and she about flipped out, and then in the theater.
Oh, it was
and I'm
for
like,
Thor Ragnarok, and she was like,
"Are you okay?" And she's like, "They're finally making it." She was like so freaking out. She's been a big fan of the comic series for a long, long time, so she was really excited about this movie.
Well, what did Michael say?
Michael said it was amazing. He saw it 2 times.
Oh.
And Corey said, "I want to see it so bad.
That's a lot.
I may go tomorrow night, but it's not soon enough." I know we're like, I keep thinking like maybe we should just spend a couple dollars and just go. But I do want to see it in the big screen, but
I wish you had the $5 movie Tuesday thing and stuff still.
Yeah.
Sad face.
It's okay.
He said might go to a double feature, Black Panther and Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Dude, that would rock. Oh my gosh.
I really liked Thor Ragnarok.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thor Ragnarok was the best The Hulk movie. And also the best Thor movie. But yeah, no, we've been hearing great things about Black Panther. I heard it's been getting great reviews, like in the movie world too. IMDb, I think it had I saw like a 7 point something rating, and Rotten Tomatoes had like at least a 93% positive, which is great. And that's really, really good.
I've heard the female actors are more featured in the movie than what people are expecting to see.
Yeah.
So I've heard that they're that those are people are liking that. But I don't want to know too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone's saying they really like it, but I don't want to be like, every time I've seen something like in my feed, like a video, I don't want to see like too many like clips or whatever.
Yeah.
I do.
We don't want to spoil. Yeah, we don't want to spoil it. I mean, Black Panther was like the come from behind sort of like surprise of Captain America: Civil War, having Black Panther in that.
And I had no idea. I have no idea who Black Panther is. So it didn't really. I was just kind of like, oh, it's another side character. Like, because I don't come from the comic book side of things. I come from the movie side of things when it comes to Marvel Universe. Yeah. So I kind of learn as I go once these movies come out. But yeah, so I'm getting kind of excited. Like, maybe we should actually go and see it.
Yeah.
We'll make that decision like now.
Once we do, we'll come back and tell you our thoughts on it, obviously. Because
Corey said, and I've heard that the female actors are fierce. Yes, queen.
Yes. Fierce. I like it.
Yes.
This is because Black Panther. I don't know what I'm talking about. So Black Panther, it's cool. That's good. What else have we got?
Let's see. Oh, going back to Netflix stuff, one of the shows that we really loved, that we're excited about it getting a second season, is the Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh, yeah! Santa Clarita Diet is awesome. Michael, what did you say? I'm sorry, we missed it. He said, I like the side characters better, well-developed characters. For Black Panther?
Good to hear.
That's good.
Because that's usually been my negativity on the DC universe, is that the characters aren't developed or have really any story arc at all. So that's good. I mean, Marvel has done a really good job with that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like.
So,
Hey,
sorry.
you just flung an adipose at me.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to put him someplace.
No, but he's hanging out with us today.
Yeah, I know he's hanging.
I want to come back.
Oh, okay.
and then when his parents come to get him, then he just floats up into the air.
He's like, so Santa Clarita Diet.
If you haven't seen the Santa Clarita Diet, it's on Netflix, and it stars Drew Barrymore and some other actors that I wasn't aware of before this show. But I've been a Drew Barrymore fan for a while, so I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And it's kind of a different show than what I expected. It's kind of very suburban life, but it's like over the top gory, because she basically accidentally becomes a zombie, and she's living like a suburban life and trying to live normal with her family, except that she wants to eat people. And so her family's trying to live normal along these like new experiences, and it's the chemistry between her and the husband is one of the funniest things to me. Like, I love their chemistry back and forth.
Wonderfully hilarious to watch.
So when I saw that they were getting a second season and it was going to be coming out soon, I go, yes!
They left us hanging too, just like all of the other really good Netflix shows.
So it's like, it's really funny, but it's also really gory.
If you need another reason to watch it, just besides the fact that it's a really, really funny zombie feature, Nathan Fillion is in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for a few episodes.
Sorry, just remember what happened to his character. You need to watch the show.
Definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's something that we were excited about.
Oh yeah, that we talked about last week. That Kimmy Schmidt season 4 is starting up in May. You said, right? It's coming up really soon, really fast, and we're excited about that. We actually rewatched like all of season 3.
Yeah, which is something we normally do when we don't know what to watch. We just end up watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
So what else is going on?
This one thing that I'm sad we're not at is at Barf.
No.
So last year,
zombies just a way to legalize cannibalism. Corey, that's I'm gonna need to make a bumper sticker of that. So, what are you sad about?
I'd always wanted to go to a Renaissance fair and had never been to one. And last year we were able to go to my first Renaissance fair, and that was at the Bay Area Renaissance Festival in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the name Barf, which
I
think is really funny. It's called Barf.
Yep.
So we had the most fun. I think the first day we were there, we were working because we were with Marku 42.
Mm-hmm.
So we worked that day and we were in cosplay. I was the first. This is when we premiered our Biff and Marty cosplay for Back to the Future, because it was Time Travelers Weekend.
Yep.
Dad says taste like chicken.
That's what I've heard people taste like too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Biff and Marty.
I don't really want to find out in your life. Like, I'm a zombie fan in like cinema, but
everything in medieval life tastes like chicken.
Same thing. Like, if a zombie actually in real life came after me, like I would not be okay. Like,
no, yeah, that'd probably be.
If you turned into a zombie, I don't know if I could live that life like Santa Clarita Diet.
It's a terrible zombie. I've been a better zombie. We've both been better zombies.
I would have to like stab you in the head or something. Yeah. That would be bad.
Exactly. No, it's like I don't know. Do brains taste like chicken? Does anybody know?
They're probably squishy.
Squishy.
Brains are squishy.
Apparently, they're really good with hot sauce.
They're squishy.
Squishy brains.
Probably a little slimy, I would guess too.
Slimy and squishy.
And then just slurp it in.
Now you're reminding me of the scene from Hannibal.
Oh.
When he feeds the guy his own brain. Spoilers for Hannibal. If you haven't seen it, it's old. You should have seen it by now.
So we went to Barf last year. And then after we worked it, then we got tickets to come back and play.
Yes.
So we came with our friends and we were able to go around and kind of purchase some things.
We met the king.
And see some. Yes. We met the king. We entertained the king for a short time. And then we went on the pub tour,
Uh-huh.
which was probably my favorite part,
So,
but it also ended...
Pub crawl.
Oh, it was a pub
It was
crawl.
a pub crawl. Because if you just have a tour of pubs, that means that you just like sort of walk around and sort of look at them. You're just oh, honey, look at wonderful beers they have.
That's not the way to do it.
That's not how you pub.
Mm-mm.
No. A pub crawl is where by the end of it you should be crawling to the last pub.
I was.
We pretty much were.
Which is something I don't really do very often at all. So it was an adventure, and I wouldn't do it all the time, but I don't know if I would do it again, but I am glad that I did it, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I got to take off my pants.
Wait, what?
I bought a kilt, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I took off my pants and put on a kilt.
I was like, I don't remember.
It was really hot that day, and it was nice to have bought a kilt. I really liked the kilt too.
No, it was really funny though, because he bought the kilt and he was wearing his pants and stuff, and we were like, you should just put the kilt on, and Talon's like, no, it's okay. And I was like, it's a kilt. You can just put the kilt on over your pants and then take your pants off underneath your kilt. I'm like, this is what you do with skirts. You'll be fine. If
you've never worn a kilt before, you sort of wrap it around you like a towel, and it has belts and stuff. So
he actually, like, in front of, like, people walking by the tent store that sell the kilts, he's like changing out his pants underneath his kilt. I totally forgot about that. That was really funny.
We were drunk. So, yeah. It was,
Not when you bought the kilts.
Oh, you're right! We bought the kilt before we got drunk! Oh, man!
Yeah, because the pub tour was at the end of the day. That was the last thing we did.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right. Because
we couldn't do anything
We couldn't do anything after that. And I remember now because I was sitting there in my kilt, waiting for them to start the pub crawl. And we're sitting there, and I'm drinking, What just happened?
Oh, no.
He said, "No, you should go. You should go this year. It's not like I want to see you there or anything. Shamrocks and Shenanigans weekends. Just saying. Plus, somebody's birthday weekend.
I know. We were invited to your birthday thing, and I was so excited about it and sad at the same time because. Again, it's not that we don't want to go. We're just really trying our best to save money for our wedding. So we are just trying to do as little as possible and penny pinch. We're
pinching pennies.
We're trying to save money. So it's like I really, really, really want to go to the Renaissance Fair, but I know if we go, we're gonna want to spend money, and that's a bad thing for us right now. So we are probably 100% going to be going next year.
Oh,
so
absolutely!
It is one of those things that we had so much fun going last year that we're definitely is going to be a part of our normal routine.
We need to try to incorporate at least 2 or 3 Renaissance fairs in the local area into our con.
That's the only one I've still.
I've heard the one up in Winter Springs is just amazing. I used to live over in Winter Springs, and it's gotten so much like popularity over the years. There was one at Turkey Lake Park, and it was the same group that does Barf. At Turkey Lake Park, not too far from here.
We were the best pub crawl because we were the party, and you sang, and we did. We were.
I sang a drinking song.
So we need to go to other Ren fairs and show them this is how you pub crawl, and this is how you sing, and this is how you do pub crawls.
And this is how you throw up after drinking too much. Yep.
We didn't show anybody that.
No, we didn't. No, well, some people, but not too many people. No. We watched a comedy music duo and threw up. Remember?
Who did?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we were drunk. So
it was fun.
So Barf was awesome. Like we said, we went there, we laughed, and then we came back, and we want to go again. We really do. And
it was great memories.
If money and transportation stuff were available to us, we would be there right now. Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got going on. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining our feed today.
Barfing at Barf. I know, right?
Yeah. So
Barf is going on.
What else is going on with you guys? Like, I know Corey, you're going to the Ren Fair. So, what are you excited about seeing or doing? I know it's like your birthday celebration. So, like, tell us a little bit about that. What movies have you guys seen? What TV shows are you excited about? I know we have a card game that we can talk about, but we can give you guys a moment to kind of type out some things to respond back to us for a little bit. So we do have a little bit more time.
Absolutely, yeah. Tell us how if you're excited for Barf, if you're gonna get anything at Barf. Like I said, I got my kilt that weekend. If you're
planning to barf at Barf.
Yeah, if you're planning to barf at Barf.
I met a unicorn.
What?
I met a unicorn.
Oh yeah!
At Barf.
You were like so excited to meet that unicorn.
When I was a little girl, I was obsessed with unicorns and Pegasus. Like I had posters and everything and glitter and all the things. And one of my favorite movies was Legend. Like, oh, it was the best. So but I've never met. I know that like people have like their horses and they turn them into unicorns, or whatever, and do their thing. But I've never actually seen one in person. So it was a pony. It was a little. I'm sitting down, but it was like I don't know, how tall is that? He's like not that tall.
Yeah, it's just a little miniature pony.
But he was a white pony and had the horn and very sweet. When I went to go take the picture with the unicorn, the lady let me get like right next to him, and I'm like hugging his neck. It was almost like this pony was like a puppy. It was just so sweet.
Aww.
But she said that this unicorn was not only unicorn but was a therapy unicorn. So she said that she goes around to hospitals and visits sick children, and I was just like, you really are a magical unicorn. Because it was just like the sweetest thing. I was like, oh, I was so excited. So yeah, I met a real unicorn, but I only met him once, and then he disappeared, and then I couldn't find him. So I was like, he must have been real.
He was actually unicorn. Magical. That's really cool.
So Corey said
he said being part of the Men in Kilts competition. I'm excited for that. Dude, that sounds really good. Where did you get your kilt from, Corey? I got mine from Got Kilt, and it's sort of a utila kilt. It's made out of like ripstop fabric, and it has like the tartan in the pleats and stuff like that, which looks really cool. I love it.
Helen says started watching Future Man tonight on Hulu.
I heard that's really dirty. I watched the first episode and I was kind of like, okay, yeah, it's kind of alright.
Future Man, I didn't really like it.
Todd from Gods and Monsters, though, he told me to watch it.
I watched the first episode or two, and it was a little weird.
It's very like no punches pulled, sort of like dirty. But
Helen, do you like it? Because I'm confused about you watching that show. So we'll get back to that.
Mike said, just got back from the Pacific Ocean last week.
Nice.
You were all the way at the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah, he lives in Washington State.
Oh, yeah. That's how internet works. I honestly think that everybody is from Florida. It's the strangest thing. I'm just I think that nobody from other places knows us. That's really strange though too, because it's I've met people that have found our Couple of Geeks Facebook page that are from New York City, and I'm we've never met them.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was the strangest thing meeting somebody like that. Corey said also on Sunday you're going and you'll have a court with you. And you'll be wearing a golden crown and be the birthday king.
Woo! Hail to the birthday king! Hail to the birthday king!
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum! We suck!
Yeah,
absolutely. Guy. Try to steal somebody else's crown, and then you can be a double king.
What?
Also, if you want a really, really trippy video to watch, go on YouTube and look up Double King.
Natalie was freaking out about the therapy unicorn.
Aww.
Helen was smiling. Corey said Ravens and Rockards is an amazing store near Barf, and this one is a red pattern. Oh, so that's where he got his kilts.
Oh, okay.
It says the red pattern on it, so that's really cool looking.
I like the red one. I got gray and black because it was the most neutral sort of tartan pattern that didn't really have a specific clan to it or anything like that. So,
Michael said, because he said the Pacific Coast is 6 hours away.
Yes.
So here in Florida, everything's only a couple hours away. Out in the Northwest, it's it's a day's trip to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So, That's
we're
one of the
spoiled
things that I wasn't quite used to when I first, because I lived out in Washington State, for those who don't know, for about 5 years. That's where actually I met Michael, why Michael and I are friends. And when I first was thinking about going out there, because I'm originally here from Florida, I was like, oh, it'll be cool. I'm going to go out to Washington State, and I'll be able to visit Canada, and I can go to Disneyland over in California.
Anaheim, yeah.
I was like so excited. And then I got up there, and then I realized the scope and the size and the massiveness of the West Coast.
Going to Anaheim is like a 2-day trip. It's like going from here to like Virginia.
I never made it to Disneyland. I never made it to Canada.
Canada was right there.
Yeah, but I didn't have monies. It was a long trip.
Oh, you were in college then, yeah.
I did go to Idaho. And I did go to,
because it doesn't take
Oregon.
any money to go to Idaho, right?
Well, they have a theme park up in Idaho called
Oh.
Silverwood. And their mascot is Garfield.
What?
Yes. Oh, and another cool like trivia thing. This theme park is called Silverwood. They have a steam engine. That was supposed to be the Walt Disney World steam engine here, but then they decided on a different one, and then Silverwood bought it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
wow.
they have a steam engine, a train that like goes around, and then they have like this fake robbery thing where like cops and robbers come out.
Train bandits?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I've always wanted to be on a train robbery.
Yeah.
Wait, have I?
But you don't actually you don't give them anything. They just kind of like, I'm stealing this train.
Be like, all I've got is plastic for you, bud.
So yeah, Silverwood's cool. The wooden roller coaster, super scary.
Well, there's a couple of wooden roller coasters here in Orlando we need to go on. Like the one at Fun Spot.
What else was like a culture shock for me about Silverwood? Was that I'm used to Walt Disney World, where like you can do maybe half the park in one day.
Yeah. And
you still have a whole lot more to do. We went to Silverwood, and we, like, did the full park in, like, an hour and a half. And then we were standing there, and we were like, what do we do now?
What do we do?
So we were so confused, because we weren't used to, like, pacing ourselves. We were just like, we gotta go, 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 because that's what you do in Walt Disney World and theme parks here in Orlando. It's like, you gotta get in as much as possible. And, yeah, so that was a big culture shock. So moving on.
Michael said real quick, they have an amazing Halloween Scarywood. You ride roller coasters backwards at night.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
What, they, like, turn the cars backwards? Is that safe? I have no idea. Eric said, we are worms! That's for you, Corey. He said, we are worms. We were bowing. Only started watching, your Helen said you only started watching it tonight on pause while you're watching us. Oh, thank you, Helen.
We're more important than Hulu, apparently.
Corey, nice, and you are totally worthy. Thank you. We appreciate it. I would have you in my court. You, Talon, would be the trusted advisor, and Alita, you would be one of the fair maidens, but with knives and swords. Yes!
I like it. I'm good with this plan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Corey. If Barf falls on your birthday next year, we just gotta plan this out.
We'll do it.
We have to figure this out. That sounds like an epic amount of fun, and we haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, it's sad. This
Michael,
whole like not doing convention things is not fun.
Michael said, "Yep, cars are backwards and no lights. That's insane." I guess some of those older roller coasters and stuff like that are more older roller coasters. Like you can be a little bit more lenient with the amount of kinetic energy and types of forces that you put on those cars and stuff like that.
That wooden one is scary just for it. Like I wouldn't want to go on it like that. Like that's terrifying thinking about it.
That sounds so awesome.
The first drop is like it's like for a wooden roller coaster, that is probably one of the scariest wooden roller coasters I've ever been on. I've been on a lot of roller coasters. I
haven't been on too many wooden roller coasters. I think I've been on like one wooden roller coaster, but it was like a while ago. Corey, that's scary as hell, but totally awesome. We totally agree.
Thank you for the hearts, everybody.
Absolutely.
We like hearts.
Well, guys, it looks like we are
Oh no, I
That's
don't know
not
what
the right
happened.
note. Looks like we're getting close to our time. But we wanted to give you guys one more recommendation on. Do we have? Was there any other? Is that at the top? That's the one.
This one?
No. Oh no, where'd it go?
Technical difficulties. Hold
Hold
on.
on. Where did it go? Oh, that's so strange. I don't know where it went. How did?
I didn't do it.
It's okay. Technical difficulty. That's okay. That's what we have this year for. That's what we have this
we
for.
forgot to talk about that.
So I know it's backwards. We know it's backwards on the screen and stuff like that. But I'm not going to worry about the rubber band. If you guys are looking for a fun new game to play with your friends and family and stuff, heart spam. You guys should definitely try out Drinking Flux. I'm trying to get the glare off of it there. I know it's backwards. Drinking Flux is by Looney Labs, and it is a card game for 2 to 6 players, ages 21 and up.
No drinking required for this.
Yeah,
game,
no drinking required.
Even though it says Drinking Flux, like this isn't necessarily a game that you play while you're drinking. It's based off of alcoholic drinks on the cards and how to make like beers and you combine different elements to make different flavors and stuff. So it's really.
You're thinking of a different game.
Oh, am I?
You're thinking of Brewer the Beer Brewers card game. This is Fluxx with drinking rules. You're thinking of the other thing. Michael said, get Chemistry Fluxx, learn and have fun. I like all of the Fluxx games. Joe said,
Joe's here.
XXUF.
He's just now saying something. Welcome.
XXULF. Sorry, yeah, I can't read spell.
I didn't know you were here.
So, if you guys haven't played Fluxx before, Fluxx is a great card game with ever-changing rules. The basic rules start out really simple, but you have a hand of cards in your hand, like 3 cards, and the basic rules start out as draw 1 card and play 1 card.
This totally isn't the game I thought it was.
No,
now I remember what this is.
You're thinking of the Brewers card game, which was
the one that we played at
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters.
At Vault, yeah. No, that was a fun little card game too. But this game of Fluxx is, as Fluxx goes, as you may know, they sort of change the theme every once and so often and like make a new version of it with a little bit of different rules. And Drinking Fluxx's special rule includes some drinking rules. So everybody, if you want to play with drinking rules on, you just you just make sure you have a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and they say take as big or little of a sip as you want when you have to drink, but they involves some hilarious things like the forbidden word, like whoever plays this card as a rule designates a word that nobody can say, and it'll always be something that's really obvious to say, like rule or play or drink. Making drink the forbidden word is terrible. You're a terrible person if you make drink the forbidden rule, the forbidden word. But it's hilarious. Actually, her parents played this with us the first time at the Crooked Can over in Winter Garden. Yeah.
This is what we played with Mom and Dad?
Yes. At Crooked Can. Did you get drunk that day too?
No. I think we played a couple different games with them.
We did.
We confused because there was the one. There was the play test one.
We didn't play test this at all. Yeah, we played this, we played that, we played a bunch of games.
Oh, okay.
They're all blurring together now. That's what's going on. But yeah, Drinking Flux is hilarious. You guys can pick it up on Amazon for really inexpensive. But if you guys want to support local businesses too, we always recommend grab your games from first off, we say grab your games from Gods and Monsters. If they don't have it there, they'll try and find it for you guys, and they'll get it for you.
And if you haven't been to Gods and Monsters, where have you been?
Yeah.
You need to go to Gods and Monsters.
Exactly. And if Gods and Monsters...
said she liked this game, that it was fun. I won. She won one.
She did. She did win. This is one game she can't cheat at.
Yeah. She cheats a lot of games, but she does like games that she wins. And the ones that she doesn't win, she's like, I don't like that game.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
It's a lot of fun playing this game with drinking rules too, because you can get pretty hammered pretty fast. So local kind of a trip to get there. Yes, Michael.
You have been here before. It's not unheard of for you to come back and visit again.
Exactly. So you can come and buy the games there. Obviously, you're well versed in Fluxx, Michael, because you recommended a version to us, which now I'm going to have to look up too because I like chemistry as well. Oh, drat. Now I'm going through a bunch of other random, hilarious chemistry and sciencey things, channels in my head and stuff. Stoop! Lol. What?
Stoop.
Corey, under my rock, that's where I've been acting all over the state. Oh, good! That's awesome. I'm glad that you're doing something that you've been wanting to do. So I think that's going to bring us to an end tonight. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on Thursday. Next week, we should be back on Friday afternoon as our regularly scheduled space-time, same space channel, same space-time. I totally messed up that bit. I'm sorry. You can see it.
Well, it won't be on Thursdays, so that's not a thing.
No.
This is like one of those weird one-off things.
This is the wrong schedule tonight. It's supposed to be on Friday.
In case you missed that whole thing, this is Fan Fridays is usually on Fridays, except that today's Fan Friday is on Thursday, which is not Friday, but it's still called Fan Fridays, but it's on Thursday. It was today.
Yes.
But the other times it's going to be on Friday.
It's always on Fridays, except for today. Today was a weird thing because I ended up having to work tomorrow, and we can't do Fan Fridays from 2 different places at once.
So, maybe in the future we might have a random Thursday one, but for the most part it's going to be on Fridays. Let us know what you guys thought about having it at the evening versus like this, and like maybe we should move it until a Thursday night, or if you feel like Fridays are better, just give us a shout out what you guys thought about what's going on. Michael said same geek time, same geek channel.
I like that saying a lot better, Michael. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Corey. He said you guys are awesome. Much love. Stay golden. Well, we love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I think we're gonna say goodbye. So Adipose is gonna be like, bye, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much again. Remember, keep on loving each other and stay nerdy, my friends.
Stay nerdy.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna put him like over here. We gotta go. Don't do that.
Okay.
Ew, don't eat fat.
Good point. Wait, do we do eat fat?